Shalom, shalom. So let's speak about the energies of this month, of this week, the months of Av. As we enter in a new portal of Leo, there's a lot of fire. There's a lot of transformation, a lot of resolution, revelation, right? And I was hearing one of my teachers from Kabbalah, Michael Berg, and about the Shabbat of this week, the energies of this week. And the energies of this week is the spiritual eye. And what is the spiritual eye? Kabbalists mention that us as creators, we bring and we create shelf subconsciously. The shelf is what we call the klipot. The klipot are like layers that we create through our programming, perception, stories, dramas that we create, and that create layers, shelf within ourselves that distort the vision, our physical vision. So through that distortion is how we perceive the life situation. So if we're passing through a hardship, through a difficult time, we are perceiving it through those lenses that carry all those layers, all those programs, all those perceptions. The key is how we can reveal the light through that layer, because every layer, every shelf have a concealment of light, have an opportunity for us to reveal the light. The key will be, and this is where the spiritual work enters, the deep work enters, that it's the revelation of light through the eyes of God, of the Creator. How we are able to perceive life through the lens of the one that create this universe, that create life. Because if you will see that if you start cultivating your lens to see beyond illusions, to see beyond layers, and to perceive life through the eyes of God, all in your life will change. And that's how we're going to start revealing more light and more light and more light. But that's the work. And I'm not saying that it's easy sometimes. It can be. It's just a matter of perception, but it's simple. So the question will be how we can start cultivating all of this, right? First of all, we need to tap into something beautiful. That it's, if the one that created this universe, God, and He creates in such detail, like every atom, every creature, the minerals, the plants, the flowers, the insects, like the flies, mosquitoes, ants, trees, humans, animals. Everything was in such detail created, in such perfection. What made you think that what you are experiencing is not created in detail to reveal more beauty and more harmony in life? That's a good question to ask, and that's what the Kabbalist asks. Why we perceive, even in hard situations, the lower density and the darkest side is just matter of perception, is where our spiritual eye is like focusing on. But if we focus in the light revelation and in the eyes of God, that we know that, hey, if I'm able to perceive it from this state, this situation is a blessing. And we can tap into Genesis 1, that it says, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. However, in Hebrew, it's Bereshit bara Elohim et hashemayim ve'haaretz. Literally, Bereshit is higher mind, and vara comes from bracha, that is blessing. So from the higher mind, this world was created through blessing. It was made by Elohim. Elohim is the plural God, the feminine and masculine, the God that creates through constriction, through polarities, through discernment. So now that we know this universe was created through blessing. So all is blessing. It's our ability to tap into the Creator's mode and be able to perceive life through blessings, even in adversity. Even if I'm passing through a difficult time, I wake up in the morning and I receive a very bad news, or I have to pay a bill, or somebody yell at me while I was driving to work in the morning. What a blessing. Be able to, what a blessing. What a blessing. What a pleasure, this situation. Why? Because I can perceive something new here. I'm not seeing through the distorted eyes, but I'm choosing to see it from the eyes of blessing. Because if I go deeper, everything that happened in life is a blessing. It's an opportunity for expansion. It just matters how I perceive it. Let me choose to perceive it through the eyes of God. Give me your vision to see beyond illusions. Once we tap into it, we will see how we start changing the process of life into the lives of God. Everything starts changing depending on how we cultivate ourselves, and that's the spiritual work. That's real work, because we fall into the reactive state. We fall into the subconscious. We fall into the victim. We fall into the story. How we can come back to the self to really tap into the knowing that all is well, all is blessings. So we bring blessings, pleasure, that is creation, through will, through service, and that's how we manifest in our life. So the energies of Leo is fiery, it's transformation, it's intensity, right? It's a lot of resolution. And through that resolution is the resolution of how is your awareness? How are you cultivating yourself? Because it was in Deuteronomy 3 where Moshe prayed around 500 times to God to allow him to perceive the promised land, Israel. I want to see it, God. And God says, no, don't. Go up to the Pisgah mountain and look to the west, then to the south, then to the north, then to the east. If we go deeper in the Kabbalah studies about this, we will see that God was not saying no because he didn't want it. It's because God had a bigger plan for Moshe. And when he said, go up to the Pisgah mountain, tap into the knowing that the Pisgah mountain is the eyes of the spirit. How you can go higher to perceive what you are asking. You are praying 500 times from a lower valley because you're not able to have the whole picture of it. So in order for you to, before asking, go up to the mountain, and from that mountain go to the west, to the south, to the east, to the north, and then that's how you pray. So in order for us to pray, we must pray it in a higher state. We must pray it as we are speaking to God from the eyes of. If we are praying from the lower valley, what we're bringing is more distortion, because even if the light wanna come, we are the ones so focused in the darkest valley, in the darkness, that we are not able to perceive the light. We need to rise to the mountain, to the hill, in order for us to perceive. And it's mentioned that Moses, okay, focus on the west. What is the west? The west is the ending of the cycles. So what are you closing? What is the introspection that you're giving? What you need to close in order to perceive something new? Go to the south, see your past, see the back, see the memories, see the experience. Then go to the north, guide yourself and direct yourself. Go to the east, the new beginnings. And that's how you pray. So I'm sharing this story because it's related with what we were speaking about, the blessing. In order for us to perceive the blessing, we must go high in our eyes. Once we go high in our eyes, we're able to perceive from a different space. That's how we are able to reveal the light in the concealment. So hope that this serve you and help you and resonate with you. Many blessings and love. See you in the next video. Let's utilize these energies of this week to bring blessings, to reveal blessings. Shalom.